If you really think about it, what are we truly living for in this world? If you can't live out your dreams and ambitions, what's the purpose of life when you can't really be your fullest? I always felt like being in a broken position, not having the right girl in your life, not having the right amount of money that you truly want, I feel like these things are obstacles and they stop you from being who you truly are. I think if we all were wealthy and had a lot of money, we could truly be who we truly are instead of trying to scrabble together pieces and try to scrabble together pieces of ourselves, try to put something together like some weird type of spiritual Frankenstein. When you're in a depressed position, you don't have that girl in your life, when you're stressing, when you're depressed, when you're going through hell in this world, that's not who you truly are, man. This is who you're forced to be due to your circumstances. We don't get to choose our race. We don't get to choose our height. We don't get to choose, you know, what type of family we're born into. We don't get to choose any of these things, but it's like chosen for us. The most important things in life is chosen for us. And then they tell you that life's all about choices. Well, if that's the case, I would have chose to be able to do whatever the hell I want, to create my own universe, to create my own worlds, to create my own planets, to create my own creatures, to create my own moons and suns and stars and destinies. But there's so much restriction in this world. And I was looking up, they're having like this digital ID type of thing they're trying to implement and integrate around the world. And I'm like, as soon as they get that, that's just going to be another format of the new world order. Just think about it. Once they have like your digital ID, that means everything you do online will be tracked. And I mean, they're already tracking it now, right? But now it's going to be officially linked to like your social security and linked to like who you are as a person and have a whole little profile on you. There's that one game, I think it's called Watch Dogs. I think it's Watch Dogs 2. If you play the beginning of that game, it shows him like sneaking into some CIA base, some information center. And like he pulls up like this file, like it has files on everybody in the world pretty much. You just type their name in and it has their occupation, their schooling, where they live at, do they have a dog, do they have a pet, what's their favorite color. It knows everything about them, like some type of omniscient god. Isn't that kind of scary, knowing that we live in a world that they'll tell you, like they'll cut EBT and they'll cut food stamps for people that are like poor and struggling, but they're not going to cut any type of money that goes to the wealthy. They're not going to cut money to Israel. They're not going to do that. They're going to keep on giving Ukraine weapons. They're going to keep on sending, billions and trillions of dollars to, the place that got a lot of shekels. And they don't give a damn about the American public and the regular American people. I mean, look at the American infrastructure. It's not like how it was in the 1950s. The 1950s, or the baby boomer generations. It was after World War II. They stormed through Germany. They stormed through Berlin. They defeated Japan. America was on top. And then Adolf Hitler, in case anybody doesn't know, Adolf Hitler had a lot of Nazi gold underneath Berlin. Like, if you know anything about World War II history, underneath Berlin, Hitler had all these tunnels and things filled with gold and rare treasures. You can Google what I'm saying in case you didn't know it, but Adolf Hitler had all this gold and gold bullion. And American soldiers, they were swiping it left and right. American generals are coming home, richer than what they're supposed to be, way above their pay grade, And it's crazy that all that wealth just dissipated and disappeared. Where did it go? Really? Where did it go? Point blank period. Where'd all those billions of dollars they stole from Germany in World War II underneath Berlin? All those tunnels. And those tunnels are still there to this day. A lot of them are closed off. It's kind of big like the catacombs under France. And like even under Britain and the UK, there's all types of underground tunnels and shit like that. There's a lot of mysteries and secrets in this world. But I'm just saying, we should be able to live life how we truly love it and live life how we want. We shouldn't be held by all these restrictions. It doesn't feel right, man. Something feels wrong about this life. It's crazy how money can control everything, Like after I make this video, I got to go back into, applying for jobs and shit like that and just trying to hustle my way into a situation where I get something that, pays me, and it's just like, It's crazy, but that's the world we live in. And then you got people who look down on you if you don't have any money, or if you're broke and you're in a fucked up position. They look down upon you, but the second you rise up, then all of a sudden they act like, oh no, I never look down upon you. It's just so fake, man. Like, we live in such a fake virtual reality world, man. Just think about it. Like, you can't eat money, but you use it to buy food. You know, you use it to buy everything you need, and that's like an artificially created thing. But yet, it's one of the most prominent and dominant things in our society. It runs society. I just don't understand that. It's just like, how were people living thousands of years ago? Was it any trade or bartering, or was money just a thing that was just always implemented and integrated since the beginning of time? You know, they say there was a time where the gods once ruled the world. You had giants and mysterious beings, and they had these serpent-like beings that came from the quote-unquote heavens or whatever. They had snake-like bodies, snake-like heads, wings, and magical powers. You know, it's interesting, honestly, how you can have so much creativity inside your soul. You want to create all type of different things, but it's held back by this world. And then you got people who want to judge you, who want to misrepresent, who want to misinterpret your words, who want to call you this, that, and the third. You know, when I became the Black Pill villain, the reason why I chose that name was because that's how society looked at me. I was always a cool, good-hearted person, but people automatically treat me a certain way. They automatically perceive me a certain way. You know, I haven't done nothing wrong but chase my dreams, like, and I get punished for that. If I would have made it into what I wanted to make it in, nobody would be. They'll still be talking shit, because in this world, if you're not successful, they talk shit and call you a loser. If you get successful, they talk shit and call you, you know, oh, he don't deserve it. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Like they, you know, it's crazy. Like, you just can't win. So you got to make yourself happy, guys. I'm telling you, that this world is not designed for just regular average Joes, man. Because you're invisible. And when you're invisible, it's impossible to feel invincible. How can you feel invincible when you're invisible? How? There's no way. Like, there has to be a change in the system. There has to be some type of revolution, you know. But we're all forced to be cogs in the machine. We're all forced to be, you know, we're all forced to bow down. And it's just honestly heartbreaking, honestly. I truly wish that we'll be able to be free one day. I wish there's some type of other being watching this and watching all the chaos goes on, and it somehow tries to save us. You know, like Sabaoth in the Gnostic text. I just wish that all the crap we go through can just disappear and dissipate, you know? And I wish that people will be have more empathy and sympathy for one another. Like, everybody in this world, it seems like, it's like how it was back in the day. Like, people were telling me back in the days, you know, like, back in like the 70s, 60s and stuff, I was like, the neighbors used to watch each other's kids and shit like that. Hell, even when I was growing up in the 90s, man, it was different. It was like, you could go outside and play and not have to worry about shit. You can go to your friend's house and you have to worry about, you know, just weird things happening. Shit still happened. They don't get it twisted. I mean, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't a lollipop, you know, land. It wasn't a land of candy treat and adventures. No. But back in those days, people were a lot more friendly. I remember this old white lady, and I remember her husband was a World War II vet, because I remember he wore this World War II hat. And I remember I used to go over there all the time, and she would always give me like little cupcakes and cakes and shit. This is like 1996, 97, something like that. And I remember her, she's long gone now, man. I was like, she was old then, you know what I mean? He was pretty old then. And they were just so, they were all, the old white couple, and they were so nice and so sweet to me. They treated me like they're like family. Now the man, I used to go over there a lot. He kind of got tired of seeing me, but he never said anything bad. He kind of just looked at me and kind of frowned if I came over there too much, but he didn't really say too much, you know. But the wife went, oh, how you doing? And she'd give me cupcakes, treats, and all that. She was so sweet, you know. They were so nice. Nowadays, man, you'd be hard to find that. It's like just, if you find somebody like that, though, those, like, you got to keep them in your life, you know? It's just weird. It's like everybody's trying to pick somebody to attack. I don't know what it is, man. Then you got the political divisions. That's just more division. Then you got racial divisions. Then you got class division. Then you got just, it's just weird. It's like, why is this world built upon us fighting each other instead of fighting the people that enslaved us all? We should be looking at the banking system, looking at the Federal Reserve, and see how that was created, implemented, and orchestrated, and how to annihilate that. You know, but instead people want to pick on the poor. It's like We're at the bottom of the Titanic, like in the 12th class, not even the third, fourth, or fifth class. We're in the 12th class. We're at the bottom of Titanic, and the people at the top are eating, all the luxurious, shrimp, lobsters. They're having that, good chicken. They're having all the great food and pasta and all type of shit. We're down there eating rats. You know what I mean? Drinking seawater coming in through, and then we have the nerve to fight against each other. Meanwhile, what we should do is break through the gates, rise up to the top of the ship, and start telling the rich what's what. But it's not like that. It takes balls to be a leader. It takes balls to want to try to change something, whether it's in your own life or whether it's outside of your life and outside of your control. As I said, we don't live in the age of Julius Caesars and Alexander the Greats, and those are templates. I understand that there was one Alexander the Great, but there's been many Alexander the Greats, like many versions. Attila the Hun, that's another version. There's been many men of renown that you don't know their names. Julius Caesar's like a template. Like when I say Stalingrad, it's like a template. It means that when I say Stalingrad, it means the actual battle itself and the city itself, but it also means battles and things you got to face in life that's like almost equal to that, where there's constant war, constant bloodshed, constant attacks. And I don't know what I did that was so bad. All I ever did was just use my voice. But when I tried to rap or whatever, I didn't get nowhere. Nowhere. When I just start talking some real shit and just start talking, all of a sudden I get all this hatred towards me. What the fuck? As of right now, I got people, trying to spy. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, if you want to listen to what I'm saying, listen to my fucking raps. Listen to my fucking music. That's what I truly care about. This is me just talking. But it seems like this world is determined to exterminate us like vermin and not let us live our dreams and allow us to, foment our truest ambitions. It shouldn't be like that. We should be able to do whatever we want. If you want to be a chef, you should be able to do that. If you want to be a movie actor, you should be able to do that. If you want to be a computer programmer, you should, like, whatever your dream is, it should be possible. It shouldn't be so many obstacles. Why? I thought we're in the image of God, right? That means, I know the secrets, but I'm not going to expose too much because, hell, that probably got me targeted and in trouble in the first place. But if we're in the image of an almighty, powerful, divine being, how come we can't do anything? How come we can't shape reality to our own power and will? And if we can, what are the secrets behind that? Life shouldn't be miserable. Life should truly be a gift and not a curse.